Good morning. So today we're going to go back to Government Canyon State Natural Area, but we're going to do something a little different there. We're going to go to one of the more remote trails. So there's a section of the park that's only open from September to February. It's a protected habitat area and it's harder to get to. So you have to hike about 3 miles just to get to that trail, and then you hike that trail. So we're going to go check that out and see if it's worth the extra mileage to get there. Let's go. Well, this is a first. I'm actually the first person at the park. The gate's not even open yet. The last few times I've come to Government Canyon, there's been quite a bit of traffic when you get closer to the park. Well, this time there was nobody on the road. It took me like 20 minutes. It usually takes like 45. This will look familiar if you see my other videos. We're on the Joe Johnston Trail. We got to take that. I'm probably going to take the Wildcat Canyon trail and cut over to the trails that are way out there. There's a couple ways you can get out there, but I want to make sure I'm doing trails that are new as much as possible. This morning it was like 65 degrees when I left my house or my RV. So when I pulled into the parking lot here, about 70 degrees. There's a nice cool breeze. So I'm like, okay, today's gonna be really nice because it's overcast. No, y'all, it may not be hot, but the humidity, oh my word. It is very humid and I'm already sweating, but I'm not sweating because I'm hot. I'm sweating because I feel like I'm in a sauna. I just completed 1 mile on the Joe Johnston Trail. So the junction here, I almost missed it because the post is hidden behind the bush, but Wildcat Canyon. It's so cool. So crazy how in just a short distance the trail changes so dramatically. All right, hit 2 miles. Wildcat Canyon. And there's a bench. We're not gonna sit. So I had a guy run past me and asked if I was cold because I have this thing on my head over my ears. No, I wear this. It might look ridiculous, but it keeps the sweat from dripping in my eyes. I ain't out here to impress anybody. It's functional, and I don't know, I think it's cool. It's my San Francisco buff, so hey. It was either that or my Pacific Crest Trail buff. I have 2 of those, so either way I'm representing California, so maybe that was the issue. All right, here we're at a junction. So I came from here. There's a trail this way, which we're gonna go look at this really quick. So we see Sendero, Balcones, okay. And then goes that way. What is this way? Far reaches. Wow. I gotta go look at the map. So this is the way we need to go. So the Wildcat Canyon trail had a lot of climbing, so gradual. But now we're going down. Made it 3 miles in just over an hour. Oh, this is really cool. Past a junction, I didn't video at the junction because there were 2 bikers. Funny story. So they passed me on the Joe Johnston Trail. They were going the same direction. And then when I was on the Wildcat Canyon Trail, they were coming towards me. So they had obviously done something. They did one of the loops. And I just ran into them again. I was joking with them. I'm like, man, y'all are covering everything out here. And they're like, yeah, we are. Anyway, so I didn't video at the junction because I don't want to video other people without their consent. And it's just awkward to be like, hey, can I video you? No, they're out here to recharge and get whatever they're getting out of nature. And I don't want to disturb that. So I should be coming up to the junction with the very far trails. Little Windmill Trail from my dinosaur tracks hike. So you have the junctions here like crazy. So came from there. Oh, that's cool. And then you have the Little Windmill Trail. And then the trail I was just on keeps that going that way. And the Black Hill Loop is right here, y'all. Closed because to protect federally listed endangered species. Hiking only, no bikes. Black Hill Loop. It's definitely different. And it's a little bit overgrown. It's not, I mean, the path is clear, but yeah, definitely the bikes have been back here. That's not cool, guys. So Black Hill Loop, Cave Creek. I like how the symbol for the Cave Creek is a big spider. I'm going to go for the Black Hill Loop today. If I like it, I'll come back and do the Cave Creek Trail. I don't know, I'm intrigued by the spider. I like spiders, so I should make a video on spiders sometime. I was terrified of spiders until I started researching them and realized they have personalities. That climbs. I'm not gonna do that today. Y'all, it is so overgrown. Oh, you guys see that? Spider. So cool. Well, one of the ways to tell whether or not people have been on a trail is how many spider webs you take to the face. Alright, so now we're climbing. Not steep, but we're climbing. Okay, one more comment about the spiders and then I'll stop talking about spiders. If you have a fear of spiders, this is not the trail for you. Taken probably 6 spider webs to the face, big ones, and had 3 spiders hitchhiking on me. Like I said, I'm not afraid of spiders, but if you have that fear, that phobia, not recommended. Twin Oaks Trail. Twin Oaks actually goes back to the visitor center along the outer loop. I just didn't recognize that it was named that. I just thought it was named Outer Loop, but it's Twin Oaks. All right, Black Hill Loop. 5 miles complete. Oh, look at that. We're actually gonna climb a little bit, like a real climb. That fun little climb got my heart rate into the orange. So there you go. Unexpected. We're up. Not really a view, but we are up on top of a, not really mountain, but a hill. So I actually ran into some people out here. 3 hikers. They're doing the whole outer loop trail, and then they're doing some other stuff. They're out here for like a 25-mile day. It's not just me that's crazy. But they said that it rained earlier. They can thank me for that because this is the first time I left all my rain gear at home. So now we're going down into, I think, is another little canyon. It's a nice breeze up on top of that. A little rain would feel good right about now. I would not complain. This is where I'm at. And it came from here. And I ended up doing this. I was gonna go this way, but I missed it. Go this way. But I could have cut across this to here. Or this to there. But I didn't. That's a long way still, y'all. I gotta go all the way around this. Kind of a view. That's a little impressive. You see quite a ways, and it's not just San Antonio. It's the hills. It's pretty. 6 miles complete. Yay! It's very dense in here all of a sudden. Look at this. I don't know if the video captures how steep this is, but this is some serious descent. It's very narrow and overgrown and lots of rocks. Oh boy, guys, we're gonna get another climb. Like a real climb. Look at that. Woohoo. And it goes that way. Well, that's cool. So I just completed 7 miles. And we're back up on like a plateau area. Flat and grassy. This is the state park boundary. Fence. There's a house. What a place to live. It looks like a beautiful house. Alright, yay. This is the other end of the Cave Creek. I'm tempted to take it, but I think I want to come back and do that as a separate one by itself. The spider cracks me up. We're gonna continue on the Black Hill Loop, but now we're over halfway, so it's all downhill from here, right? I'm at the point in this hike where the adrenaline is in full swing, so I'm tired, but whew, let's go. Almost at 8 miles. Easy day. I'm gonna go raid Walmart on the way home. I don't know if you guys can see that very clearly, but that is a spider. It's huge. It's way up there. See? Holy moly. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, I guess. We're back in the grass. 8 miles, y'all. Finished 8 miles. Black Hill Loop is complete, y'all. We're gonna go this way. And we're gonna actually cut across on the Windmill Trail, which is the one I was talking about earlier and in the dinosaur track video. 9 miles complete. All right. It's kind of like a switchback. Not steep, but we are actually going to go down. I'm back here. Look at that. I went that way. I did the whole loop. It's interesting. What is that? Something. Somebody shot up pretty good. Well, now it looks like a road. 10 miles. Yay! So on the Windmill Trail, there's a restroom. This is the junction Little Windmill. That goes Joe Johnston. And then Joe Johnston's gonna go back that way. But I'm kind of confused because I never saw a windmill. I was distracted. I did see the restroom though, so that was funny. This looks familiar. 11 miles. 12 miles. And I have 1.5 miles to go. Mile 13. Complete. As you can see, I've lost the hood and the buff because it is hot. All right, y'all, so I finished just under 14 miles. So it was like 13.8 something. So thoughts on the Black Hill Loop. It was a good hike. That was a really good hike. If you're coming out here just to see the Texas Government Canyon scenery, that's a lot of work to see scenery that you can see throughout the rest of the park. There was nothing really new back there. I mean, it was a little different. When you have to walk like 4 miles just to start the loop, which means you're going to walk 8 miles, and then you have the loop, which is another almost 5, you automatically have a 13-mile day. You know, you got to decide whether it's worth it or not. You want to see the extra scenery. Now, I will say, if you want to work to get out there, it's definitely remote, and it was very quiet. So that was definitely a pro. I did run into probably about 8 people, but they were spread out through that whole loop. You kind of weed out the people that are out here for just a casual stroll. Like everybody I ran into out there, they were like either trail running or you knew they were out for a really long, like serious hike. Very peaceful out there. That's a pro for that longer, farther out trail. The other pro is if you're looking to increase your endurance and get your miles up, that's a good way to do it because you're stuck. Like you get all the way out there, you have to come back. So you can't just cheat yourself. You can't be like, well, I'm going to quit because I'm tired. Well, guess what? You have to make it back to the car. If you're trying to get your trail legs, it'd be a good place to train. I would say 8 out of 10 if you're just a casual hiker because you probably won't like the distance, but definitely 10 out of 10 for me. That was good. I really like the long distance. I highly recommend this place just in general. Obviously, this is my 3rd time here. And I will be back to do the rest of the trails. I have a few more that I want to do out here. All right, see y'all later. Bye.